Parental discretion is advised.
This show brought to you by IndyWrestling.us and IndyWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Just Pro Wrestling News Podcast. No filler, no pop-ups. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. It is the Monday Mayhem Warriors. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter here in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Back from South Bend, Indiana in a wonderful Warrior Wrestling 21 pay-per-view we helped have a hand in producing. Also with some wrestling on pay-per-viewness. Well, I was producing a show that featured Will Ospreay in the main event over in Poughkeepsie, New York, which he is right down the road from. Apparently, is Mad Mike, who was at the Impact Wrestling pay-per-view this week.
I was at Impact.
Impact, yes.
Oh, I don't have to do it anymore.
No.
Sorg, in honor of the return of Mustafa Ali.
Oh,
his Chase the Light hand signal.
Nice, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah,
so,
it's a lot harder to spread these fingers apart than you'd imagine, but we got it done.
That's what she's. No,
Yep.
not doing
No,
that.
that's exactly what she said.
Alrighty then.
She said. But yeah, I saw some live wrestling this weekend. And if you watch the Impact pay-per-view, you definitely saw me apparently.
Yeah, I like everywhere, right on the entrance. How you don't even do that because the biggest moment for Mike was during the pre-show where the Inspiration were on, and of course that's the entire reason why you bought a ticket.
And they lost.
I
was very sad. I almost left right after that match. I was like, I'm here. Fuck it.
I might as well stay for the rest of this pay-per-view when it actually goes, when the paid content actually goes up, right?
Yeah. Although I will say, Poughkeepsie has terrible wrestling fans.
Oh, what? Listen, man.
Might have just been in my section.
I gotta tell you, I feel that we've all encountered terrible wrestling fans at shows in the last couple of weeks. We've had some rough ones in our section. Rob was telling me about some rough ones in his section in AEW. Bradley ran into some. There's just a lot of alcohol, and that usually gets a little weird.
No, the worst thing was I'm pretty sure the guy behind me was stone cold sober.
Well, the alcohol does not always mean that everybody's on a good page there too.
Yeah.
So
oh man, I didn't almost hit him, but I really wanted to.
You really wanted to. Really want to. Yeah.
Like I gave the if someone's talking in a movie theater and you do the you jerk the head so you know that they know that you're annoyed.
Did I tell you about me shaming an entire family out of the Batman showing?
No, I believe so. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're familiar. But I mean that is it. Where you hear the wrong kind of chant and was that it? Were they very off color on things? Because I know there was a certain off color chants that kind of popped up at a show recently. Bradley was out and he's like, "We're not doing that today."
Yeah. There were a lot of pop her tits out.
Was it during Chelsea Green? Because
no, that almost happened by accident.
I was gonna say.
No, it was during the Iconics and the Inspiration and Influence match.
Oh, jeez, come on.
And I'm like, just fucking morons.
Apologize.
That's all I gotta say.
Apologies to anybody who's on the Twitter space.
Although
apparently I unplugged everything from the Twitter space. So
oh no.
Whoops. We should be back on there now. We're experimenting. Okay. We're on Twitter Spaces tonight. We're everywhere else. We're on IndyWrestling.us, Wrestling Mayhem Show, on Facebook for Mayhem Show. We're on YouTube, a couple YouTubes. We're on a Twitter account or two.
We're on everything.
We're on a lot of things. We're trying to get the Mayhem out there even more places, and we're trying some stuff out over here. So we got a lot going on. So tell me, I want to know more.
I will say
yes?
I was reminded how much I used to love Emma.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Like the match they had with the match the Inspiration had with the Influence was pretty good. I thought the whole card was pretty solid, top to bottom.
Yeah.
But so on our by the way, if you watch the pre-show and if you hear any Inspiration chants, that's me in my yelling voice. I guarantee it. Because I was the one chanting.
Mm-hmm.
So after the Influence won the match, I was still, right there, and I was like booing, and Emma just came up to me, just like, "Oh, what?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay." I knew there was a reason. I enjoyed Emma back in the day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a good show. It was a really, really fun show. Man, there were some things that I think the tag team turmoil match peaked too early.
Yeah. Well, the surprises would have been it, right?
Yeah. Like when you start off a match with Jordan Grace beating the shit out of Zach,
yes.
there's not really too many places to go.
No, there's not. No, there's not.
Unless there's a face team winning, which didn't happen. A lot of faces didn't win at the show, to be honest.
But a lot of title changes.
But yeah, I would have because I would have loved to see Jordan Grace just beat the shit out of the Good Brothers. Would have loved to see it, or hell, give me Jordan Grace and Willie Mack. Why not? Like, I don't know. Because especially since it was really the only weapon spot for the show, which did surprise me. Like Chelsea getting put through a table was almost the pop of the night.
It was almost, and it was almost a pop of the night.
Well, yeah. The best thing was I saw the camera angles of it afterwards, but from my vantage point, all you saw was like cloth sharply flying into the air.
That's the thing when they do the table. They always do the table spots lately, especially. Like with those commentary tables and everything at ringside that are completely dressed. So same with AEW, right? And it's always that ring bell table, and it just adds a whole flair to it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, Morrissey looked good. I hadn't seen him for a while. But him and Jordan, I think that worked pretty well.
That was a great.
I'm like, this is the right dimensions version of Enzo and Cass. Like, if Jordan Grace just started busting out the Enzo Amore speech, I wouldn't have been mad at it.
I mean, she was like Miss Papa Pump or something for a while too, wasn't she?
Thick Mama Pump.
Thick Mama Pump. Thank you so much.
Thick Mama Pump. I mean,
Yeah. Tina's saying, "Oof, Chelsea going through that table."
Yep.
So. But yeah, so I mean, and even that main event, Moose and Josh Alexander, was freaking fire.
I have gone on record as saying I don't like Moose that much. Moose, that was a very good show.
That's what I got. Very good show. I'll see something like. I'm like, I don't know if I'm buying Moose, and then he'll just bust out a crazy, undeniable match like that, right? And it just
I don't know if I've ever seen a match like that from Moose.
I have.
I don't think I ever.
I don't know on that level, but like I've seen that kind of a match from him, right? Where because I mean, the first time I worked with Impact, it was like Moose, kind of whatever, and whatever match he had, I was like, wow, this is pretty good. I get it,
But Sorg, I gotta say, I almost came unglued out of my chair. Almost. So, my big thing about Moose, I have the same thing about Lashley. When you do a spear, don't flip into it.
No.
Because it doesn't look as good. And he did that, and Josh Alexander caught him in the little roll and hit a fucking Styles Clash. If that was the finish, Sorg, we would have been going live right after the show. And I would have spoiled the whole fucking thing for you. But yeah, like, oh, what a spot. Like the whole, and I have to say, with all apologies to um, everyone in the history of wrestling, I don't think there's going to be a cuter entrance than Josh Alexander with his son.
Yeah, that was great.
I don't think there's going to be a cuter entrance. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. That there's going to be a cuter entrance than Jet Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
No, Jet Alexander coming out in an exact replica of his dad's gear and standing on the bottom rope, leaning his head in between the other two ropes. Like,
did you see at the end when the kid went into business for himself and just started climbing the rope?
Oh, Sorg, that was the main thing I took pictures of. You kidding me?
That was great.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was great.
Just absolutely wonderful.
No, that was fantastic. It was a great pay-per-view, top and bottom as usual with what's going on with Impact. There was they had okay, you got to see the three where they had Trey Miguel, Ace Austin, and we see Ace Austin a lot here between Conquest and things here in West Virginia.
I need to know where he gets that pogo stick.
Oh, listen. I've been filming Ace Austin's matches for years, and I still haven't figured out where the stick comes from.
I need to know because I want to possess one.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically it. Like, it's got to be a custom job. Has to be. And also, like, I like that because I noticed this because he did this at the end, that there's enough, like, the Impact logo is over the X enough that he can stick his card in it. Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Like, that's a nice little detail thing,
mm-hmm.
and I hadn't noticed that before. And because he came with the X Division title to Conquest a couple years ago when he had it. And I don't know that he was doing that then, or I don't know if it was the same belt. Maybe like it could be a redesign. Since.
I think it's a new design of the belt
potentially, but yeah, I thought that was a nice little touch there. And Speedball Mike Bailey. So that these are three guys that have consistently impressed me over the last several years. Speedball, especially over the last like 4 months, it seems. What was your take? Well, one, have you seen a lot of Trey going into this?
Hold on. Something just popped up on Twitter that we need to discuss as well because it's fucking weird.
Okay.
A new Spider-Man spin-off film called El Muerto is in the works with Bad Bunny set to star.
What the hell? Is this a rumor?
No, that's confirmed.
I don't believe it until it's see, especially with the Spider-Man flicks, because they're
okay.
so. You know how many?
I mean, they just came out with all those Lucha Marvel characters.
Yeah, but I don't. I am not gonna believe until you're telling me it's like in production and I have a trailer. I'm not gonna believe it happens because do you know how many Spider-Man projects have been left on the table? So with Sony, so I don't. It's an interesting idea. But I don't believe it's real until
that's fucking wild, though.
Yes.
But yeah. So Trey Miguel. Speaking of Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of Trey Miguel. I appreciate Trey Miguel, and this was my first really getting to see of Speedball.
Mm-hmm.
I was a fan.
Mm-hmm.
I was a fan. The hair is a little weird.
Okay.
The hair is a little weird. I'm gonna, say that. But they do have good choices of diners.
You did see that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So last night, either him or Veda posted a picture of a diner they were in after the Impact taping, and I know that diner, and it's the best diner in the area because it has a very distinct. It has very distinct inside ambiance. I'm like, oh, I know exactly where that is. I could drive over there right now and pay for their mozzarella sticks.
No, absolutely. They're a wonderful couple to see out and about and at shows and everything too. And one's not too far behind the other one. at shows. It's adorable to see. So no, absolutely. So no. So that was a fantastic match. Like you say, really good show all around. I
was excited. I got to see Taya too.
Taya, yeah.
I haven't seen Taya since the Impact versus Lucha show in New Orleans.
Oh, I forgot you were at that one too.
Yeah.
We filmed her comeback. That was that multiverse show that we did. Where she did the surprise entrance that I don't think we even knew about. No, we did know about it. Did we know about it? I don't know. I didn't read the script. I didn't have time to read the script in advance of the show. We had like an hour to get things ready. But no, I think it got some cool. And loving that I'm seeing a lot of the tweets of people need to stop sleeping on Impact. Because it really is, I think, one of the better things going in wrestling. That's not, of course, let's say the big two right now, right? So like, there's some really good stuff, really talented people that are really showing. Jonah and Ishii. You got to see that in person. Holy crap!
Big meaty men slapping meat.
Mm-hmm.
That was a wonderful match.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I didn't go to the Impact tapings yesterday. I considered going after, seeing it, but I just, life got in the way.
Mm-hmm.
But coming soon on Impact Day, I'm going to spoil a match that's supposedly going to be happening. Because this is how they tried to entice people to get tickets. Monsters Ball match. Jonah versus PCO.
Oh, jeez.
That's what I heard that, and I'm like, maybe I should pay the $25 for general admission.
Oh man, yeah, no,
but,
that's yeah.
But I gotta say the venue hadn't been there in a while.
Mm-hmm.
The last time I was there was for NXT. And they did it a lot differently than I expected. Because, like, if you've ever seen the old Raws from the Mid-Hudson Civic Center, the internals of the place haven't changed a whole heck of a lot. Like, any Raw you see from, like, 93 through 95, and you see, like, a giant Raw banner being held, hard camera, with a bunch of stands leading up to, like, a bathroom area, that's the Civic Center. Hasn't changed. That's how they did ECW. That's how they did all their Raws. But this time was completely different. Everything was floor level. There were no stands, and all of the rafters were pushed in, which I thought was really, really odd. But it worked. It made the show feel a lot bigger.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely. And it's not a big show. Like, I think I said, somebody was calling out about like attendance for that and stuff, and they called it sold out. But you saw like the wide picture somebody posted, and they're like, oh, there might be 1,000 fans there. But you know what? That's all you really need for these shows anymore.
The seating area was sold out.
Mm-hmm.
But they had a lot of room for general admission, and general admission was standing room only.
There you go.
So that's why it probably looked a little bit emptier, in the wide shots. But all the seats were pretty much sold out. Like maybe you'll have like 10 or 12 here and there, but it was a sellout. But yeah, it was good. I also got to do. They had a little backstage, meet and greet after the show. So I got to see Mike Kanellis, Mike Bennett, Maria, Matt Taven, and Deonna Purrazzo.
Nice. I saw your picture. So no Iconics at the post show, huh?
Sorg, if that was the case, you would have.
I wouldn't have heard you.
You would have heard me.
Mm-hmm.
You would have heard me from wherever you were.
All the way in Indiana.
Yeah, you would have heard me, and it would have been inappropriate.
Inappropriate.
No, but Deonna Purrazzo was very, very nice. I'd never met her before. I'd met Mike Bennett before once actually, but my wife was supposed to go to the show with me, but she recently had surgery, so didn't want her chance in being that close to like a ring or anything like that. But one of my wife's favorite wrestlers is Deonna Purrazzo, so she signed a little autograph for her and everything. It was very lovely.
Nice.
But yeah,
nice.
Yeah, it was good times.
Nice. Good. Well, I spent my Saturday night while you were there like I said, producing the Warrior Wrestling show. And this was do you remember January we were at the Bendix Arena, and it was that really cool esports arena. I'm sure you've seen the footage from that. It was like like everybody it's what do you call it? It's like it's we'll show pictures in a second here. But But it's that esports thing. The stage is lower. It's got like tiered seating and everything. Actually, here's a little bit of footage here. Here's your favorite guy around pro wrestling. Here's Frank the Clown. He held a press conference, and pay attention to some of those graphics on screen there. Yeah, that's this. So that's Rob in the ring filming that, by the way. And yeah, they held a press conference, and it was one of the most interesting interview segments I think we've ever produced. Brian over there at Gnarly Pop did the graphics for this. Pretty much under demand, I suppose. There's one that comes up here that one of the headlines is CM Punk once hugged Frank the Clown. So, at Burger King, I know clown, sir. You are no clown. So it was one of the most interesting things I've had the fortune to kind of participate in, though. And of course, it led to a match. He's got a little bit of a faction with the Storm Grayson and Shaza. Hold on, getting the right one. Shaza McKenzie, I believe her name is too. So, but again, killer night. We're doing a lot of work because we had cues from the Wrestling Observer about our production last time. Wow. And they were like, hey, it looks like a lot of really interesting people, a lot of people there, but it didn't sound like it. And we're like, what? And there's a Swerve in one of the coolest entrances. That's a Rob shot there, and Derek, ringside cam guy, I believe on Twitter, is the other camera that's going on there. But it was a really, really cool vibe going on there. Let me back this up so you can see the crowd. Look at that crowd. Look at that. Wow. That's awesome. Yeah. And they have the entrance. They come out of that little hallway right there, like out in the middle of the crowd.
Nice.
It's a very, very, very cool vibe.
It kind of looks like it's like a college lecture hall. But set in the 90s.
But very, very comfortable seats. Like like the luxury seats of a theater or something, right? So, but no, a lot of great stuff. We have to actually film a LA Dojo New Japan match as well. Carl Fredericks and Clark Connors. Clark Connors, one of my favorites from New Japan Strong, actually. So that was really cool. And then we got to it looks like it broke like social media. Athena, former Ember Moon, winning the Warrior Championship. Thunder Rosa, of course, she had to rescind the title because there were responsibilities as an AEW champion. But Thunder also, and that is, I think Frank broke his arm in that moment there, actually. So I'm pretty sure.
Well, Ember Moon just became an even bigger one of my favorites.
Yeah, because you saw her, she like drop kicked him out of the thing. Thunder Rosa on commentary for this match was a pleasure to have her on commentary. Got to talk to her a little bit about it afterwards. I guess she's been doing Spanish commentary for AEW a bit, so it's cool.
That's cool.
She's been doing a bit of that. She's like, let me do stuff. It's like, all right. And of course, just a barn burner match. Like, even when my wife speaks up about how nuts a match is, that's and she's like, on that, we are, have I exposed her to too much wrestling, right? And when she's just kind of blowing up from that. And I received the best of compliments after this show, I have to share. And you can check that show out now, of course, on Fight TV. One of our awesome people we work with over there with that great crew there, Mike and Keith and everybody. We had, so I guess I sometimes I get some help to help communicate with the back and everything, and sometimes it's just like, a trainee wrestler that's helping out or something, right? So I don't know what his ring name is, but I know he just had his first match. I think he's out of freelance wrestling out there in Chicago, and he looks at me after the match, and after the show we just wrapped. The credits are rolling. I'm waiting for the thing to so I can cut the feed, and he just looks at me. He's like, "Listen, man, like, wrestling's easy compared to everything you guys just did. So I was like, thank you very much. That was really, really appreciated, and kind of put things in a little bit of perspective there. But once again, of course, it's really easy when you got stuff like, Blake Christian and Will Ospreay doing stuff too. So just incredible stuff going on there. Again, shout out to Steve and the whole crew out there at Warrior Wrestling. And there's some more shots of the crowd there looking awesome in the background. There he's with all the belts. And Ospreay is going to take on Davey Richards at the next show.
Oh, Kiki.
What?
Kiki.
Oh, there's a
what? Davey Richards is Kiki. Eddie Edwards is Choppy.
Yes. Was it? Oh, there you go. That'll be a recommendation. Somebody in the Wrestling Mayhem Show Facebook group was like, I want something where kicks were a main part of the match.
Yeah, that's every Davey Richards match. He's Kiki.
Somebody put in there in the group.
If you watch any American Wolves match, it's Kiki and Choppy. That's it. Like, honestly, I remember I saw a match with them versus Red Dragon, and I'm like, oh my god, it's the Kikis versus the Choppies. Because Kyle O'Reilly and Davey Richards are very similar. And so are Bobby Fish and Eddie Edwards.
Definitely worthwhile to check that out. Like I say, it's over there on pay-per-view. We'll have it at IndyWrestling.us over after several weeks here. And I think High Spots might carry them as well. So shout out to all those guys. But no, all worthwhile. Next, I'll be heading out the Warrior in a month from now in St. Louis for the first time. So a little more of a drive. And can I get while we're at it? Are we going to talk about Raw? Do we care tonight?
No, Raw was good. Raw was
all
very
right.
good.
We'll talk about Raw, and then I want to talk about what's coming up this weekend for Sorg.
Okay.
So
no, Raw was very good tonight. I was thoroughly entertained for.
I didn't tune in
just about all the 3 hours.
I didn't tune in until a little bit after 9. I had somewhat of a surprise meeting that happened tonight, and so I tuned in a little bit after 9. And the first thing I saw was teasing a Tamina and Dana Brooke kiss. Apparently, what are we? Are we returning to the days of HLA? Is that what we're doing right now?
I mean, with H loosely defined. No, kidding.
Hey,
kidding. I'm kidding. No, all right. So you want to start with that with the quad pull?
It was the first thing that I saw. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fair.
And I have no idea what happened in the first
hour. I
don't know what
the technical name for like a thruple with a fourth person is. I'm assuming it's like a quad pull.
Who's the odd man out on this one?
It'll probably end up being Tozawa, if I had to guess, unless Truth just joins and it becomes like a pentuple.
R-Truth. Last I checked on Wikipedia. Oh, I forget who shared the 247 championship on Wikipedia. And compare, I think it was on our Facebook group, and then somebody compared it to the Hardcore Championship. The 52-time 247 champion, 24/7. 247 is the MMA company. I'm sorry, I gotta get my branding right. But anyways, I'm sorry. Go back to what's going on.
No, but it's basically building off the wedding from last week. Like they set up the mixed tag because R-Truth is now also a licensed group therapist.
What?
And he couples counseling.
Wait.
But it's a couple of couples.
He's a couples counselor.
And there were a couple of couples.
And he was how many jobs does R-Truth have?
Corey Graves did call him the Renaissance man of WWE at this point.
I guess so. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah. I mean, it's all there. It's all in the text. There's no subtext. There's just text.
Sure.
But I gotta say, Raw was honestly the only thing from Raw tonight that didn't strike my fancy on any level is the stuff they're doing with Edge and Damian Priest. The only thing that's really like not, getting me riled up, and that's only because we haven't gotten to where I think it's probably gonna go, because now they're calling themselves Judgment Day. Which means they're a stable, so they're probably going to add someone else, and that's probably going to be Rhea Ripley.
Okay.
If I had to guess. But I think it's going to lead to Edge and Damian Priest against AJ and Balor.
I dig it. I dig it.
Too sweet me, bro.
Oh, we getting some OG club together.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, that makes sense.
I wouldn't be surprised. It seems like that's where they're going to go.
I dig that. If we roll with that for a bit, we got to do something.
Let's have Bullet Club in every promotion.
The only one complaining about is Shachi right now.
Yeah. Shachi complains about everything.
Well, less so lately. Remember, he's been really on top of things. We talked about it. Is his personal wrestling renaissance of watching, not doing.
But Sorg, did you know tonight was Randy Orton's WrestleVersary?
Oh, I was aware of it. I was made aware.
20
of
years.
It. 20 years from his debut, apparently, on WWE.
Mm-hmm. And it also marks his 1,000th appearance on WWE programming.
Jeez, what?
1,000.
1,000. Man, what poor schlub did they have pulled that number?
I don't know. No idea.
Somebody heard somewhere.
Yeah.
So,
but no, it was really good. They opened up with everyone around the ring and Riddle, talking up Randy Orton and everything. Orton coming out, and then Riddle's like, "Hey, Randy, I got this guy who says he's a friend of yours." And Cody Rhodes comes out. I'm like, "Oh, okay, things are getting interesting. Things are getting really fascinating right now." And eventually led to an 8-man tag, which we saw at the main event.
Yes.
The Usos, Owens, and Rollins against RK Bro, Ezekiel, and Cody. And it was a good match. It was really fun. And
fantastic.
It ended as you would expect, a celebration of Randy Orton to end with Randy Orton delivering RKOs to all 4 people on the other side of the ring. But I mean, Sorg, this felt more like the Raw after WrestleMania to me. This felt like it.
Yeah, a little bit. I see it. I can see it. I felt a little, I felt a little something was missing being at Raw after Mania. So other than Cody, I thought the Cody promo was tremendous.
There's something that was missing, Sorg? Asuka.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was so happy I was tuning in. I was trying to pay attention to Becky's promo while I was editing promos. But then Asuka came out, and I was like, this is perfect. And it makes so much sense. I don't know if it was alluded to, but also Asuka is the one that she had to give the belt to. So there's a little bit of tie-in there, right?
And as soon as Becky said that, like, this is going to be the comeback of Becky Lynch and no one does comebacks better than me, I'm like, okay, is it Asuka or Bayley? Asuka or Bayley? Asuka or Bayley? Asuka or Bayley? And fucking perfect.
Dave Bodner just shared this tweet, by the way, of Finn sitting with all the belts and the New Japan Cup and everything, and Bullet Club in the background. So,
sounds about right.
From 8 a.m. today, actually. So, love it.
But like Asuka's back. You can't hate a Raw where Asuka.
You got my interest. You got my interest again. Fantastic. Fantastic.
And Ali is back as well. And please, for everything you've put that poor man through, make him the champion of America. Please, for the love of God, do it. Because we don't need fucking Theory anywhere on our TV, let alone the U.S. champion. Make Ali the champion of America and have him call himself that.
Call himself a true American champion and stuff. It'll rile people up. I would love if he does that, because remember, there's the promos he was doing a few months ago.
Yep.
Right.
Because all you have to do is have him be face for his return, face for the title win, and then you can turn them and do whatever the hell you want. That's creative.
I love how he just roll out there speaking truth to power like he was on those promos and just freaking goes. I mean, I feel like he did those as a proof of concept, right? It's one of those, you do it, you throw it on Twitter, you see like, a couple million people like the thing, and you just be like,
well, I think it was him gearing, because he was going to be asking for his release. So he's like, hey, this is probably a preview of what I'm going to be doing if I get my release. Now, hopefully they'll let him do.
Partially, I think it's maybe partially. It was like, this is what I can run with when I leave. This is what I can maybe sell to WWE to keep my job and do something interesting. So, I mean, you put it out there and see where that path leads you, I feel, right? So, like, he's not sitting around bitching about, just bitching about how he's not getting used. He's also fucking doing something about it and trying to be creative and show what he can do. And
he's doing the thing that all the old wrestlers say you need to do. That's what he's doing. Oh, and also, Sorg, we had a pretty good arm wrestling segment, and I don't say that often.
I did. That's not a sequence of words. Oh, by the way, but side note, somebody shared the Triple H Scott Steiner arm wrestling segment. And Triple H's sell job on that thing was so over the top and amazing in retrospect. I know.
Yeah, it was HBK selling for Hogan.
Oh, it was, but it was just chef's kiss on that one. So tell me about this segment.
I can't remember. In fact, that might have been the last arm wrestling segment where we actually had a winner. And it was a well-worked arm wrestling match between Omos and Lashley. And MVP was talking trash the whole time. Great segment. 10 out of 10. No complaints. It was good. It was a good time. And Lashley won the arm wrestling contest, which now makes Lashley 2-0 against Omos.
Omos is going to get big showed so bad.
Oh yeah,
Omos is going to be the dude that that everybody overcomes. He's going to have the worst record.
But the difference is Big Show can talk. Omos has to stick with MVP.
So he's
Khali.
What?
He's Khali.
Okay, I was trying not to go that direction, but but yeah, I guess he is.
Or he's Kurgan. There aren't a lot of options.
Yeah, I suppose.
But I mean, still good segment. And I don't think Omos is bad on the mic. It's just MVP's a lot better. But yeah, and now they're gonna have a match at Backlash, and all in all, it was a good Raw. It was a really good Raw. I enjoyed it, and I appreciate it.
Oh, forgive me. I just got the greatest compliment in text form for the other day.
Excellent.
I'm tearing up, brother. I'm tearing up over here. Oh my God. Oh shit. Well, Raw was fun. It's good to see. I did not. Well, I watched Dark last week. And
yeah, because you were there.
Because I was there. So I didn't. I watched like a little bit of the first couple matches because some friends of the show are on there. RC Dupree. Actually, I'm trying to remember if some of these are. Oh, Tito. Remember Tito that was threatening us on the couch?
Yeah.
He was in the opening tag match
in
the Dark Order. But the biggest surprise at the time, of course, you guys knew it was announced in advance for the show tonight. But Matt Carlin didn't know Suzuki was going to be there. So we're sitting there, and this is like, Dark Elevation is the first thing that happens before Dynamite goes on there, right? For like the first hour. And like, dude was ecstatically he was like a kid for the rest of the night because his energy was on such a high level, right? You had Suzuki come out randomly, then followed by and also the other Japanese guy that I don't remember his name, that took on Brandon Cutler. He was already over the moon about that guy, and then Suzuki come out and he lost his damn mind. I'm like, we're getting Suzuki on Dark. Holy shit. Okay. And then the New Japan announcement happened, and the president's there. And then we got Cole and Ishii for for fucking Rampage. And we're like, holy shit. I'm like, dude, this is like the most New Japan experience you've ever had since like Ring of Honor brought them in a couple years ago, right? And he's like, yeah, basically. So, no, it was tremendous. That was so much fun across the board.
That other New Japan wrestler was Konosuke Takeshita.
Thank you. I was never gonna. I don't even know if is he in New Japan? I'm not up on the recent.
No, he I believe he's in DDT Pro.
He's a DDT guy. Okay.
Based on this article on wrestling.
Okay, that makes sense because I think there was a little bit of crossover they were doing with them too. So yeah, because he was definitely not somebody that I've seen a lot over there. So So great stuff there, Mike. Let me tell you about this show. I gotta try to pull it up. So I guess I can talk about it now. Technically, I've had a plane ticket for a couple weeks, but I'm going to Seattle this week.
Tina, prepare the couch. Oh no.
And I'm completing the circle and having roomed with both announcers from MLW after this weekend. So I'm going to be at Defy Wrestling. Defy Wrestling is going to present its latest show, Wild Ones. And the big announcement that dropped today, this is also a surprise to me, this is also going to be live on Pluto TV.
Yes, Sorg.
And Sorg,
broadcasting on a whole different planet.
And I will be on the Switch for it. So yeah, no pressure, guys.
None at all.
No pressure at all. So, and also on not my hardware. So that's going to be the fun part too. Go. And also, if you haven't seen it, Defy has. I'm not going to say intimidated. I'm impressed because when I talk about art and wrestling, like they have a very, you're seeing the pictures if you're on video, a very cinematic look to it. I think we talked about them on the show here before, right? And this, I'm excited because I'm going to be working with people that know how to do this, right? And here's the thing: how do we do this live? Because they haven't done that. This is a company that's been around for 5 years, and that's what we're putting together. We're going to make sure the stuff is good, going live, has that Defy feel to it. We're going to do a lot of work with that kind of thing. The match is going on. Kevin Blackwood versus Big Damo. I saw Big Damo a couple of times at WrestleCon. Here we go, Mike. Christopher Daniels and Midnight Heat are going to be taking on Swerve, Nick Wayne, and Adam Brooks. My God, Adam Brooks! I just saw that's who took on Swerve at Warrior, and apparently Adam Brooks, I don't know, he's English or something. Apparently, according to commentary, listen to Rich, I think he got signed to Ring of Honor, and then the pandemic happened, so he got stuck in his country and couldn't even fulfill the new contract for Ring of Honor.
Oh, wow.
So, like, just one of those crazy fucked up things. And now, of course, he's killing it. We also have, I'm looking for the graphic officially, but I believe the main event is Jon Moxley versus Tom Lawler.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't sure how much you knew about that. So,
yeah.
ELP is going to be there.
Okay. Excellent.
Phantasmo?
I've only seen one match of his.
Yes. Yes. I think in something named Miggs. I'm not sure who that is. Kikyo, who's been on the show before, who I don't think I've seen in person. This is my month for seeing people that I interviewed like 5 years ago in person, because I saw Aria Blake out in L.A., for Powerbomb Lucha, and now Kikyo is going to be on this one. Let's see, Thatcher's going to be on this. It's going to be a lot of this. I discovered this today because I looked at the run sheet and didn't realize that this was happening. The Bollywood Boys are on this show.
Nice.
So
nice.
Bucket list I didn't know I had, and I believe they're the Defy Tag Champions. So really
Sorg,
excited.
I have a question.
Thank you, Australian. Brooks is Australian.
I just signed up for Pluto.
Okay.
Do I have to watch this live, or can I watch it on demand?
I am not aware if it will be on demand. I honestly don't know. Okay. I believe Pluto does have some on-demand content. I do not know. Listen. Of the things I do not know about how this is going to work. That is not one of the things
right
I
now
know.
I put on the Impact Wrestling channel.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's an Impact Wrestling channel.
Yes, there is. Yes.
Do you want to know what match I'm watching?
Mm-hmm.
Rick Steiner and Scott Steiner versus Kurt Angle.
Oh, jeez. I love, dude.
With Karen Angle.
Pluto has so much
Karen
stuff.
Angle. So it's old.
Dude,
that's two husbands.
There's stuff. There's two husbands ago. Two? Wait, did she divorce again?
Oh, Jeff Jarrett and Kurt Angle, too.
Oh yeah, the second of them. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. So looking forward to that. I've never been to Seattle. I have been to technically I've been to Washington State. Technically I did work in Washington State, although the event was called Baja, Oregon. And we were just over the border. So I don't know how that works. But anyways, I stayed in Portland. I don't know. So looking forward to see that. Looking forward to potentially seeing Tina in person. I'm still figuring out my official production schedule for this, but I am getting in relatively early on Friday. So looking forward to that. I've been on a few calls with the crew out there, and apparently they were at WrestleCon, and they were afraid to approach me because I was in the middle of the show. So, looking forward to seeing everybody out there and see how the Northwest does wrestling. And if you haven't, like, Defy Wrestling's been around for 5 years. They have a Vimeo, not a Vimeo, but they're actually using the same platform we use for the Indie Wrestling Network. Go check that out. I've been watching some of their content to brush up on the stuff going on, particularly the style more than anything, and really looking forward to see this and hopefully pull this thing off without a hitch. Knock on wood, but this is a new experience. This is a new way that we're doing this for me, and it's been interesting. It's been a really Defy on Demand is what it's officially called if you want to look it up. So,
okay, because the only shows I saw on Defy on Demand were from 2019.
So they have a weekly kind of thing on there that brings up the more recent matches, I guess. So I don't know where all they kind of put everything. Like if they put the newer shows maybe on, some other thing. But yeah,
maybe on Fight or something.
Yeah. So, but I mean, they got $16.99 a month, and I guess they do very well with it. So, and you see, there's Eddie Kingston.
Oh, okay,
I was watching a Pete Dunne versus Brody King match today. Scorpio Sky, Gresham, it's.
Yeah, I mean, here's Brian Cage versus Swerve for the Defy Championship.
Yeah, it is some cool stuff there, and worthwhile, and not a platform that's going to be
Ultimo
bullshit.
Dragon against Matt Cross.
Yep, that kind of stuff.
You have my curiosity. And the 20th anniversary battle between Super Crazy and Tajiri, and now you have my attention.
I tell you, they're doing some cool shit out there. They are definitely. But
it's weird. There's only 10 episodes on this.
Well, so and they also
it's all from 2018, 2019.
And Tina says they also have a lot of stuff on YouTube as well. So, but yeah, no, I think if you dig into it, you get the more recent stuff on that website too. So, a lot of great stuff, a lot of history, and like I say, just bonkers production they got going on over there. So, you go right up to Alvarez and say, "We fixed the sound. Pass that on to your boss." What? Oh, for the Warrior thing we were talking about before with Wrestling Observer. So, no pressure. Brian Alvarez attends the shows. Oh, shit. Well, he won't be watching the feed, so he can...
no, Team 3D is attacking Rick Steiner.
Dude, I would love throwing on the Pluto TV thing.
Oh no, Sorg! When
It's
I can't
great.
fall asleep at night, this is now what I'm watching.
It's what you should be watching.
I'm just gonna watch Old Impact. You're just gonna see tweets from me at 3 a.m. and be like, "Well, here I am, watching Immortal again."
And I will say, and I have to give the proper props. I
wonder if this is by the week or if they just pick random.
Oh, it's random as hell, dude. It's random as hell.
Oh, that's
I've gone from like a Nashville Fairgrounds show to like a one night only pay-per-view, It's like it's pretty wild.
Okay, that's exciting. That's exciting.
But the problem
someone just tried to steal the title from the crowd.
Now, if you get Impact Plus in the app, they have a version of that feed without commercials.
Oh, I don't care about commercials.
No, that's the thing. But the thing is, I was watching a one night only pay-per-view, and it was like, I'm like, why is this thing like 4 or 5 hours long? And I realized it was commercial breaks. So, yeah. Was Steiner ever an ace or an 8? I don't think he was.
No. In fact, I just watched the Broken Skull session with Bully Ray today. That was interesting.
Well, halfway through the Lita one, I need to finish. So
that was interesting. I don't know if it was great. It was interesting.
It was fine. It was
although I did. Bubba had some good stories, but it's still Bubba. So I mean,
Bubba being Bubba. Bubba's gonna Bubba.
Yeah, exactly. I will say though, something you have to watch on the Peacock. Table for 3 is back, Sorg.
I saw the crawl tonight. The Team Angle, is it?
It's Otis, Gable, and Angle.
No.
And it is everything you want it to be.
I'm in.
It's everything you want it to be. And also, so after I watched Table for 3, something that came up, and I hadn't heard of this. There was apparently a roundtable about the first Women's Royal Rumble.
Really?
Yeah, it came out before this year's Royal Rumble. It had Sasha, Charlotte, Natty, and Mickie James, and it was wonderful.
That's the thing.
It was honestly wonderful. It was only like 20 minutes, but it was wonderful.
It's so hard to find that stuff now on Peacock.
Yeah.
Like, I remember you tune into the network, you pull up the app, you're like, oh, there's this thing. And you just don't go there anymore.
What I would do is I look for, I go to the WWE section, I go, most recently, like, added. That's what I do for stuff like that. Like, that's how I found out Table for 3 was back before Raw tonight. Like, I just go for most recently added, and that's what came up. Oh, now they're showing me Impact's Greatest Betrayals with James Storm attacking Bobby Roode, I think. Oh, no. James Storm attacking Chris Harris. Yeah, the breakup of BMW. Wow.
All right. Well, anyways, on that note,
2006.
We are going to be doing the Wrestling Mayhem show tomorrow, where Jay White will be joining us on the show.
Saw him this weekend.
No, Blam Wrestling. This is a very different Jay White.
Oh, I don't know if I can be on then.
Oh, are you okay? Okay.
I said some things to Jay White that would only be repeated on the Mayhem show.
Wait, are we still talking about the right one now? I don't know.
No,
it's not that
no,
one.
now we're not. Now I'm concerned about my health.
What? I don't think you would.
I'm kidding. I'm just making. I'm actually not going to be on tomorrow.
No.
Sorg.
Prior obligations.
Well, it's a very important prior obligation. For Christmas, I got tickets to Weird Al Yankovic. And I thought it was a Wednesday. It is not a Wednesday. It is during a podcast day, but it's Weird Al. So, if you thought my wrestling parody songs were bad before, just wait until after I've met Weird Al.
Re-inspired. God, is this your first time seeing him? Is this your first time seeing him in concert? Really? Yeah. I saw him several years ago. I don't believe I paid for it. We had a friend that was working at the venue, and they had like freebie tickets and stuff. So, but
excellent.
Yeah, but no, a fantastic show. So you'll have fun. You'll have a blast. So, all right, I guess so. Well, thank you everybody for joining us here on the Wrestling Mayhem Show. We hope that we've given you a proper dose of mayheming for the evening. And in honor of the recently passed favorite of this show, thank you. We'll see you guys next time. Mayhem out. And please stay tuned for Up All Night with Gilbert Gottfried. This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.